Alright, OTC here, and I got like a 2019 Honda Escort.
No.
No?
It is an 07 Honda Civic, one of the, well, what a lot of people say is the worst looking car, but I personally think it looks great. But today we're gonna be getting rid of this hunk of junk, this air filter box. This thing I oh so hate, and it muffles the beautiful sound. Let me just give you a taste of what this sounds like.
Blue lights.
Doesn't exactly sound the way I like. So today we're going to be putting this lovely little kit that I have here. It's got all the bits and bobs, any bits of metal that I need to replace that hunk of junk. It's a short ram intake that's going to be replacing this, so the air filter is going to be somewhere around here instead of having the snorkel that feeds from right here, goes all the way down and muffles the sound.
I just wanted to say that rev of 6,000 RPMs was nothing compared to a Ford V8 proper American engine. Oh, yeah, of course, yes. You were saying?
Yeah, of course. Well, before we start with any of this, because we're going to be messing with some electrical components, we do have to remove the battery. Plus, it just gives us a little extra room to MacGyver all of this out of here. And what we're gonna have to do after taking this battery out, we have to take this cap off right here and move this. There's a bolt right here and a bolt back there, and then there's just a little, I don't even know what that's called. It's just like a little rubber clip holding onto some metal that's keeping it from coming off. And then we'll be able to get back there and, get this thing gone. What'd you say?
Let's get going, boy.
Alright, rolling.
Alright, so for this one bit, as you can tell, when I was messing with this last time, I struggled with this, thinking maybe that it was like a stripped bolt. This is not a bolt at all. This is actually attached to something else, like that little black bit is, and this little rubber cup around it is holding it on. So we have to find a way to relieve the pressure off of this so that we can lift this up. See it there? Just that little sucker. So we'll probably just pop a screwdriver under it and take that thing off. There we go. Perfect. That's off. And we also have to take the vacuum lines off from right back here. We just have to remove this so that we can take the rest of this part off. Alright. Getting this thing out's a bit of a pain in the butt after we take this thing off, which is just held on with one of these little clips that just comes off all nice and easy. But getting this thing out is difficult with mounts over here, this, and all this stuff over here that's messing up. This is why taking the battery out helps a lot. So first thing we're gonna do is rip this sucker off of here to give us a little bit more room to work with, if that's even possible. There we go. This gives us a little bit more room to pull back. And now we just have to take this clip off and finagle this sucker out of here. All right. And that's how we take this thing out. I won't be needing that.
Well, we got work to do, boy. We got work to do.
So, as you can see, after taking all that off, this is all very gross and disgusting. And with the new aftermarket filter we're going to be putting on, you're going to be able to see some of this. So I do want to clean it up a little bit. So for some of this grease that we can see over here, I'll be using some WD-40 on it just to break up some of the grease and get it to come off. WD-40 is very good for that. And then for some of this just dirt and stuff, I'll dip some paper towels into a bit of water and get all that up. So onto that.
I think I know what time it is. Giles theme.
Huh?
Giles theme.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
I make it boom. So back here, normally we would have to undo this C clamp that's back here to remove this, but mine was already loose. So I'm glad we looked at it before I decided to drive around the continent. But yeah, it kind of just comes off. Got to make sure that all these cables don't get pulled out, come off of it. Yeah, just comes right off. I know there is more to this system, like this tube that runs all the way down, but right now I don't feel like taking it off because that also involves removing the bumper, and I don't have the tool to take out these little plastic rivets that are lining the underneath of the car. So these tubes are gonna stay. I might sawzall them apart.
Sawzall time.
But don't feel like taking them off, so they're staying unless I need to end up taking them off at the end. So yeah, cool. So we do need to scavenge one part off of this old system. It's this little sensor right here. It runs through right here. And we're gonna need to put that on our new shiny piece. So it's just a little, yes, my process. But we're gonna have to use this Phillips and just, oh, wrong way. Just comes right out. And that little sucker comes out. And, thank you. This little sucker comes right out, and it'll just sink right here. Now, don't try and put it in that way because it won't fit. It needs to go in this orientation, and these little bolts will just go right in. This is quite nice because it doesn't include any new hardware for these because it's not needed. Alright. that should be good. Right?
My precious! My precious! You do not touch my precious!
Alright, so now we have to go over what we have in here. Don't mind this stuff. No, don't. We're not going to look at that. That doesn't matter to us. So, some of this stuff does replace some of the functions that other things do, like this is going to be replaced by this little rubber piece of tube, which does have these nice clamps. This was not included in the kit. This is one that I just threw in there. A few extra bits. I am winging it from this point on. We have a couple of random bits. This did not come with instructions. And some extra vacuum tubes to line up with some of these holes. Yeah. It's a nice little kit. We'll see if this works. So, for this, it does not include another one of these little guys on here, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah. Come on. Enhance. Enhance. Okay, but it doesn't include another one of these little guys on here, which is used for the vacuum line. And this is the vacuum line connection, if I'm not mistaken. So... If I'm not mistaken, yes. So, I'm going to have to put this little guy on here and tighten that down as far as I can and reuse that little one to get onto the vacuum line that's in here. So, let's get to that.
So, we took off this pipe thing and the Dougal thing. I was connected to that thing right over there, and this thing, and that thing. I'll try to pull up a picture with an arrow. It's not my car, so whatever thing McDougal thing, kinda
Vacuum line
Machachi
section.
thing.
Coolant. We had coolant spill out of here, but it's fine because it's staying in here somewhere.
Seems familiar.
So I'm assuming we're rolling, so we'll go from this point on. So I'm gonna assume we have to replace this line with this one because there are not two vacuum lines, and this one is the exact same diameter and all that as this one. So I'm gonna assume we have to run this from all the way over here over to replace this one.
Why can't you just connect it to the old one?
Well, the old one is wherever it got put. These bits are stuck together. So, and we can't reuse these because it'll just kink and bend the lines and it'll look no fun. Alright, so I'm going to be applying some air filter oil. This did not come in the kit. This is not a K&N kit at all. But this is some stuff that I had from a previous kit that someone that I know put together on their car. And we're going to go ahead and use it to protect this air filter.
Is that what it just does? Is protect it?
It helps catch some finer particulates and like other dirt and debris and other stuff that would just catch through the filter. And it keeps the air a little bit cleaner, keeps the car running a little bit better, a little bit longer. And all you do is just shake this up like you would any can, like a WD-40 or just any spray, and you just go along. Just gonna turn it red. That's nice.
It's turning it purple since it's a
gonna
red.
turn it purple. Well, this one was for a red kit.
So it's turning it purple.
Yeah, so it's gonna turn it purple, but that's fine, because I'm perfectly okay with this. And because I do have a bunch of overspray, and paper towels are gonna come to my aid. You can tell I didn't do the most perfect job because it's a little spotty, but I'll pick up some different spray than this red one because I don't want this to be stained purple forever. And yeah, and I just have in here to do. And that's it. And now we can put this on the car. Alright, so everything's installed. I believe we've got everything on there. Let's see if the car starts. We just have the battery put in for right now. Just set in there. Just set on there. So let's see. Battery's connected up. It's gonna start, I hope.
Action!
Let's go! Alright, ready?
Yep!
I definitely feel like that sounds a whole lot better.
That's a lot of rice cooking.
Oh yeah. Was it shaken? Did anything fall off? Is it all good?
It's mostly intact.
Mostly intact? Oh man. Well.
Do you know it's not intact?
My butt when I go.
Maximum overdrive.
Your brain.
Yeah, that's true. Now, just as a little recap, this is not going to do much performance-wise all by itself. This was mostly just for me. Hi, camera. This was mostly just for me as it sounds a little bit better. It's something that I wanted to do. I'd rather do it right now than do it later in my life and do it really wrong. Yeah. This is just something I wanted to do, and also the wires that are on there will be properly covered up before I go and actually drive this anywhere. So everything will be done all proper and everything. I just want to test it, make sure it worked, and it didn't decide that it wanted to stutter and stop. So, yep. Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys.